So today is installation day of the sculpture I made last week, so about time I got cracking and chucked Toby out of the sculpture.
Oh my god!
We decided we're going to need the assistance of some sort of crane to install it, so we went off and hired this thing. And of course we have to try it out, or at least Adam did. And then I set to and made a bit of a jib because we needed a little bit more height, so I might have made a bit of an attachment which I then tried out here. Anyway, then it was time to get all the equipment we thought we might need and all the equipment we thought we might not need loaded into the
Made
van.
to fit.
That's with you measuring or something.
With that done, it was time to set off in the trusty ambulance with all of the equipment, the sculpture, all loaded up into the back. And before we knew it, we'd arrived at our location, deployed the air suspension and started unloading. Oh, and Adam started digging up the person's drive. But we needed that to get the crane level. Here it is here. There's my homemade jib. That gave us an extra metre of lift, which we definitely needed. So as you can see, it's getting installed on top of a low-rise garage. We just had enough height here. It's pretty heavy, this. You wouldn't want to handle it by hand, so this did the job rather nicely. Next off the van was my Artec MiG 181 MIG welder. I'd certainly recommend getting a ramp on the back of a van. It's made such a big difference. Now it was time to upend the sculpture. Now I started doing this with the crane, and then Adam decided that if we just sort of got on with it, we could lean it up by hand, then very carefully sort of wiggle it along. Now it looks easy here, but it was really windy and we didn't have a lot of space to play with, but we did get it in the position. And then Adam started rearranging the drive. So I didn't film any of this. It started raining and it was windy, and this thing's pretty heavy to hold, but we drilled some holes, floor anchored it down to the concrete, made this stay here which we welded on, and that's to stop it from moving at the top. Weldy weldy! And this just goes to show how versatile and portable these welders are. This is 6mm plate, welded no problem, up a ladder. Now it's time for some well-earned tea, whilst Adam screwed in the remaining wall bolts. And I admire this interface. Anyway, there it is installed. As you can see, it is now raining, which is somewhat discouraging, but it all went in fine. So just time to pack up all the tools, sweep up and head off back. But bit hard to see the sort of scale of it, but the bottom ring is 1.2 meters in diameter, so it is pretty big and it is pretty heavy. It's 3.6 meters tall, so that's over 10 foot. So there we go, have it installed, have a few cheeky photographs and maybe pop back on a sunny day.
Oh! Oh, bloody hell, that's where that went.
All the way to Derbyshire and back.
Well,
You know where I spotted it? About 2 miles before I come off the M1 on the way back.
well, safekeeping.